Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Why? In this video we will learn how to make a goddess bracelet. This is called goddess bracelet and it's triple strand goddess bracelet is what I have made here, and I really like this color combination tan with this green. The green is really nice. I thought of making for this video with this pink crackle kind of a bead, and I have like slightly grayish Chinese knotting cord. I use Chinese knotting cord for this project as well. You can use jute cord or any cord of your choice, as long as the beads fit through the cord. That's the criteria. And I'm using 8mm beads. I have used the same in this sample, and I'm gonna use the same. You can use 6mm, 4mm, whichever you prefer. And then we need a pair of scissors and lighter, and then a ruler. This is all we need for this project, and we shall get started. And about like around 36 to 38 beads, depending upon how much. Like I did like this much row, but I still feel that if I would have done more, that would have been nice. But I'll tell you guys how many beads that you need exactly, and how much is the length of the cords that you need to cut. And apart from all of these, if you have a macrame board, you can use a macrame board. I have this one, this big one. It doesn't even fit in my screen, but I still like to use that macrame board. It's very helpful for this project. If you have a tying station, you can use it, but it's a little bit difficult with the tying station because you have to work with 3 cords simultaneously. You can use a clipboard, and you can tape it to your work surface, whichever is comfortable for you. And first of all, we shall do is we shall cut open this beads. So I still have 4 beads left in one full strand, and these strands I bought it from Bargain Beadbox or beadboxbargains.com, and this crackle bead is from there as well. So I shall dump everything in here so it's easy for me to pick up with the macrame board. So that's that. Then what we are going to do is we are going to cut our cords. So we need 3 lengths of the holding cord and 1 length of the knotting cord. That's what we need. So for the holding cord, I just measure my wrist and a little bit more. That was like exactly I used 14 inches for my sample right here. So that's exactly how much I'm going to go ahead and use it, because I feel that to be comfortable with. But if you want to reduce it, you can reduce it as well, but not a lot, because my macrame board is long and I need to hold it in the ends, so I need that much length. So I am going to cut 3 measures of 14-inch length of the holding cord, and then so that is 3 measures of 14-inch. And then I'm going to take about say 3.5 feet of knotting cord. 2, 3, and actually 4 feet or 3.5 feet is good enough, I guess. Yeah, 3.5 feet. Yep, it's good enough. So I have 3.5 feet of knotting cord and 14 inches of 3 cords, which is the holding cords. So that's all we are going to need. And then I shall shift all of this to the side. Then we shall work on the macrame board. So this is my macrame board. It's long, as you can see, so I'm doing it on this side so that it's easy for me. So I hold all the 3 cords here. So I need to leave equal distance. You need to leave equal distance on both sides so that when you come up and then do the macrame, it's good for you. So I am just going to go ahead and do the same. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my lighter underneath. I need some space to go through. That's why I take the knotting cord, I make it into half. Okay, sorry, just moved my lighter. Okay, fold it into half, come up with the middle point, which is right here, and bring the middle point underneath all the 3 cords. Okay, then I'm going to start doing my macrame, doing my P's and Q's. This is a Q. I like to start with a Q. You can start with a P as well, doesn't matter. So this is square knots. If you don't know how to make a square knot, then you can go ahead and check on my channel how to make a square knot. Square knot involves 2 knots, half and half. This is half a knot, and then one is Q and one is P. The other half is make a P. Take the other cord, go on top of this one and underneath everything. So I consider these 3 cords to be my center cord, and then I'm doing macrame on top of the 3 cords. So that is 1 square knot. So then my Q, then my P's. So how many knots you are going to make, it's totally up to you. In this sample I have made 4 square knots, as you can see, but if you want to make more, you can make more. Okay, and then also so for example, this is going to come about here. So I want this knot to be about the center. Let me just see if I can push it. Yeah, just a little bit. That's good. So 4 square knots. Then we shall load the beads to the cords. This is rather a quick bracelet. I used to think that it takes a long time, but you can finish it off in like 45 minutes to half an hour to 45 minutes is all you need. So I think I made a little bit too much. 1 2 3 4. Yes, 2 3 4. That's okay. So 4 knots altogether. Now what I will do is I'll take this one, I'll take this cord out in the bottom of my macrame board. I just will release the bottom part, and these are the 3 cords. So I'm just going to load all my beads in the 3 cords, on all the 3 cords. So I'm going to do 12 on the outer cords, both of the outer cords, like the 3 cords. This is the knotting cord, which I'm going to put it away. Okay, don't confuse that. These 3 cords are the center holding cords. In the first cord and the last cord, I'm going to make I'm going to feed 12 beads, and then I'll come back, and then in the middle cord I'm going to do 13. So that's the count I am doing it. So it's easy for me to thread these beads because my Chinese knotting gauze is 0.8 millimeter thickness. But if your is a little bit too much, what you can do is you can just light it and make this strong so that it's easier for you to thread your beads in. So I'll thread all the beads and come back. So I have threaded all my beads, and say this is 5 and 10 and 14 beads here, and then I think one extra here, 15 here and 14 here. In the sample I did only 11, 12 and 11. So I needed a little bit more because I still had a lot of space. So I thought, why not add a little bit more beads to our project. You can also extend this square knots a little bit more to gain more of your uh, length for your bracelet. So that way also you can do. So now this is our holding cord. So these two knotting cords, we will take these. See, I have loaded all the beads and then I separated it like this so that it's easy for me to go underneath and so forth. First of all, you push all the beads down here and just keep one bead in the center cord of the 3 holding cords. Take the left cord, put it underneath the first cord here, just like that, just the first cord, okay, underneath the first cord, and then just take it out, okay, before the bead, just like that. Take the rightmost cord and put it underneath the first of the 3 center cords and take it out like that. Basically the cords are coming out here in the middle, right? Then push just one bead over there, the center cord, and then do the macrame. I'm going to do the cues. I'm going to do the macrame, but I'm going to forget the cords here and here. Just going to concentrate on the middle cord of the center 3 cords. Okay, I'm going to do macrame and I'm going to do my cues and come back underneath only the center cord. Okay, the center cord alone, just like so, and then pull through. See how my cord is going only on the center cord? So that's how you need to do it. So, and then tighten it. Don't tighten a lot, otherwise the bead will pop out. Okay, it should cover the bead. So that's how that's done. Now you move 2 beads on the outer end of the center cords. Okay, just like so. Take the left cord, okay, and put it underneath the leftmost cord of the center cord, just this cord. Forget these 2 cords, just this cords, and also underneath the cord, okay, just like that. And when you do it, when you pull it through, don't encompass the bead as how we did. So leave the bead up there and then do the knot after the bead. Don't worry about it. It might seem complicated at the beginning, but once you do it a couple of times, it will be clear. I'll do a close-up a little bit more. Take the rightmost cord, put it underneath this cord, the rightmost of the center cord, and through this, and then this is like a 6. Can you see that? It's like a 6 half-inch knot. But when you pull through, don't leave the bead there, okay? Just take the cord to the center and then pull. That way I want the cord to come like this and not encompass the bead. I hope it's clear whatever I'm saying. I'll try. And now then center cord, center bead, just move the center bead in the center holding cord. Take my left, take my right. So we are doing the square knot, only half of the square knot, not the full square knot. We are doing only the cues, not the piece. So now I forget the outer 2 cords and then concentrate only on this cord because that's where I moved the bead. Okay, and go through this, only the center cord, and pull through. Just forget all the beads down. Okay, now we did a knot. That's it, no more piece. Okay, now I'm going to move beads on the outermost edge of the holding cords, 2 beads on either side. Take my left cord, go underneath just the leftmost of the cord and through the loop that you created, and this is a 6, right? When I pull through, if I pull through like this, I want the bead to sit before the knot, just like so. Do the same on the right. Take the rightmost cord, put it underneath the right thingy, and then through the loop that you created, it's like a 6, you can see, ulta 6, like opposite 6, right? And then when you pull through, rather than pulling through like this, which comes like this, just let the bead sit first and pull it in the center, just like so. That way the knot sits here and not outside. Now I shall do the center one. Here I will do half of the square knot. So take my left and my right, and now I'm concentrating only on the center of the 3 strands, right? 3 holding cords. There we go. I'm just going under that and then pull through. So don't do it very tight, but don't do it very loose as well. See how I have done? That's how it works. So, and then now I'm pushing 2 beads on the outermost cord, taking my left, going underneath the left cord and through the loop that I created and forming a 6, and then tightening that. Now to the right, go underneath this and through the loop and then pull. When you pull, I want you to pull that towards the center so that the bead sits nicely there. And now the center bead I'm moving, I'm gonna do my Q just with the center cord. So whichever cord you're moving bead with, that's what you're going to work with. So if you can think it that way, then that should be easy for you. And we are doing only half of the square knots. That is also an important thing that you need to do. Just move this bead and then take the left cord, put it underneath the left most of this cord, okay, and then form a loop and go through the loop. That's a 6. Now pull it. That's it. Now move this bead on the right hand side, take the right cord and go underneath this thread outermost on the right side and then put it into the loop that you created. It's like a 6 figure, and then just push the bead up, then tighten it. Center cord, center bead, and a half of square knot. So this is what it is. It's pretty easy once you get it, and it's really nice. I'll finish doing all of the beads and come back. This is the last bead that is there in the center. I finished all the side beads. As you can see, this is the last bead in the center. So I'm pushing this instead of doing a macrame, half macrame square knot in the center. Now that I'm done with my bracelet, I'm going to consider all 3 cords as to be my center cord, and I'm going to do macrame, the P and the Q with all the 3 cords in play. Okay, going underneath all 3 cords this time, this one last time, just to hold everything together. Now what I will do is I'll just release all the cords from underneath my macrame board so that I can do this properly. There we go. Okay, so don't tighten it a lot, that's what I learned, otherwise the bead just pops. So just loosely do this, and like little bit loosely put this underneath all the 3 cords, and then you can have your lighter or whichever you have as like space so that you can easily go through and come. It's easy to make square knots if you have this elevated thing. Okay, just do it gently. And now my piece, okay, there we go. And then my cues, so I need to do 4 knots, 4 full square knots at this end. So I'm gonna do this. So 3.5 feet is about right. Don't go less than that, otherwise it will be a problem. And in this bracelet I have added more beads than in my sample, so that's also a consideration. But yeah, 3.5 feet is about right. There is no wastage in 3.5 feet knotting cord, is all I'm saying. And so if you want a longer bracelet, if your wrist size is bigger than the regular wrist size, or it's smaller, you can adjust the cord length according to it. But more is better. You cannot add cord in the middle, so just keep that in mind while you're working with these cords. 3 and 4. Just do one more. I'm done. So I have done 4 square knots here, 4 full square knots here. Now I take this off. I release all my cords from my macrame board, or if you want to use a clipboard, you can take everything off now. And this is what it is. First I'm going to cut this this thing right here, the knotting cord that we did, and I'm just going to make it on the opposite side. Okay, and then I'm gonna tie an overhand knot. That's how I normally do it. I always feel scared to burn the ends on the side, so I always take it back like this, just an overhand knot, and cut the snip of the excess cord. Okay, take a lighter, make sure these cords are underneath, and you're just burning this one right here. Okay, there we go. So that's nice and secure now. Now we have 3 cords on the side. You can leave it like 3 cords and have, you know, instead of just like 1 cord pulling each other, you can have 3 cords if you want. I would like to just have 1 cord. So what I want to do is I want to snip off these extra cords. Just separate these 3 and figure out the middle cord and take off these 2 cords right here. And you can actually bring it and tie an overhand knot, or you can do it just like that also. It's totally up to you. So I knotted here behind, and I think this is front. Okay, take the knot off. Okay, there's 3 cords, right? So I'm going to bring these 2. I'm going to leave the center one. I'm going to bring the outer ones and tie a knot. Just an overhand knot. And then I snip off this 2 cords. take my lighter. Make sure you don't burn the other one. And then over here. There we go. Now there is only one card. I'm gonna do the same here. Leave the center one. And take the outermost ones and then tie a knot. Just an overhand knot. Then make sure you hold the center one and then snip this two off. So that's all that is to the bracelet. Now we need to do the sliding knot. So we have both the ends. So what I like to do is you can hold it like this, or I would like to do a small painter's tape. I take a small piece. Okay, take these two together and then put a small painter's tape over there, just to hold it for temporarily, so that we can make our square knots. So I did cut off some, but those are all very less. So I'm just going to cut myself about 10 inches, 10 to 12 inches. I did 11 inches to be on the safer side. So that's I'm putting it underneath the two cords, and I'm doing my Q, and when I pull through, I make sure that these two cords are of the same length, and then I pull through. The first knot is always hard because everything is loose, and then it gets easier once you have a couple of knots in place. That's one full square knot. Then a Q, and a P. So alternate between your Q's and P's. So in the same pull there, I think I did 5 square knots or 6 square knots. I'm not so sure. I'm going to do just a little bit more here, because I need sufficient length. So this bracelet was not covering my entire hand. See, on its minimum length. So just basic square knots. This is the easiest and really sought out square knot, sliding knot, that's available in the macrame world. There is one more, but this is okay. See, I made a mistake of doing the piece, I think, on both the sides, so you can immediately figure it out. Your knots will look not uniform, so you take it off. So how I recognize whether I need to do a P or a Q is, can you see the bump over here? That is the side I need to make the loop. So then only it comes properly. see, it's perfect. Now the bump is here, so I do the P. So if you're okay with this many knots, let me count this. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 knots, that's good enough, I think. And again, I'm going to just make this on the other side. Take these 2 cords and then tie an overhand knot right here on the back. Then snip this off and this off too. Okay. Just burn the ends really well so it just kind of sticks to it. Okay, now I'll take my painter's tape off because we no longer need that. Okay, now we have 2 cords, and when you pull this, you will tighten your bracelet. Now all you need to do is pick up a bead from here and add it to this end, and then tie a knot at the end, just like so. Okay, do the same here as well. Making sure the knot is in the proper place. Same as the other one. Before tightening your knot, make sure it's in the same place as the other one. Just an overhand knot, and snip off the excess cord, just like so. And I'm making sure, yes, right. Now you need to burn the ends a bit. There we go. Our bracelet is ready. In one strand I have 3 beads left over. Probably I can make a earring or so. So that's it. My bracelet is done. And all you need to do is to take off the bracelet, is to move these and then wear it. I need help to pull this. There we go. So here's my bracelet. Looks pretty good. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. Comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.